Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm getting ready to make some homemade chicken noodle soup. Now, I made this recipe before and I don't have a recipe. I just throw in things that I enjoy eating in my soup, and the last time I made it, it turned out pretty good. So that's what I thought I would do, because I can make a batch of soup and it'll last me for quite some time. I can even portion it out and put it in the freezer to have it at a later time. So I thought you guys might be interested in watching how I make my homemade chicken noodle soup. So let me take the camera over and set it down and I will get started. Okay, the first thing, I'm going to make it in my crock pot. That way I can put it in and just kind of leave it. Everything goes to itself. And the first thing you need is these slow cooker things. The liners, these things are amazing. If you've never tried these before, they help you so much on cleanup. You put these in your crock pot, and when you take your food out, you lift the liner out, and you don't even really have to do anything but maybe wipe it down. So that's the first thing we're going to do, is put our liner in our crock pot. If I can figure out how to get it open. Now, I actually have 3 crock pots. I inherited my grandmother's crock pot, and that's an older one. Hers is the one where this part here is connected to the bottom. This one here, you can take it out like this, see? Hers you can't. The one that I inherited from my grandma. You have to actually put the whole thing in the sink and just wash it very carefully. Then I bought this one here because it's bigger. My grandmother's was smaller. And it still works. I did use it a lot before I bought this one. But this one was bigger. Plus, I like the fact that you could take this part out to wash it. Then I have another one down there. Or wash it, not watch it, wash it. I have another one down there that I won at a casino when I used to do casinos. I don't do it anymore. That was back when I was working a full-time job and had extra money to throw away, and I don't now. But I actually won that crock pot. It's still in the box. I've never taken it out to use it. I imagine it's exactly like this one. I've never even opened it up. I just know that it's green because I can see the green color. Okay, then once you put the liner in, you put in chicken. And you can use any kind of chicken you've got, because I have used all kinds. Thighs, legs, wings, necks, breast, leg quarters. The chicken that I'm using today is one that I got in a food pantry basket, and it's a whole chicken. Now, I've already opened up the package, and I've taken it and washed it off and cleaned it up. So I put that down in there. Then you can add a little bit of salt and pepper if you want. There'll be more added in towards the end of the recipe. This is just for right now. I don't want to over salt it. A little bit of pepper in there for seasoning. And then I like to add just a little bit of water. Now, this chicken, when it cooks, it'll make its own broth. So it's really not even necessary that you add the water, but that's just something that I like to do. Then I put the lid on it and cover it. And I cook it for however many hours it takes till the chicken falls off the bone. So I always turn it on high and just let it cook. So that's what I'll be doing. I'm going to let it cook until the chicken begins to get tender and fall off the bone. When it gets to that point, I will come back and continue with the recipe and show you the ingredients that I add to it. So I will see you in a little bit, YouTube time. I just checked on the chicken, and it is now cooked to the point where I can pick it off the bone. So let me show you what we have. First, we have the steam and the hot water. Set this aside, and I will show you. It's fallen off the bone. See how nice and tender? So what I do, as much as I can, I transfer it to a bowl. And I'm going to use this big bowl and transfer it in here. Pick everything off it and throw the meat back in the broth. So I'll do that, and then when I get that done, I'll get back to you. Okay, I've got all the meat picked off the bone. Let me see if I can pick the camera up and show you. There's what I got off it. Hope you could see that. And what I do, I pick the bones out, and I throw them in the trash. I don't give the bones to my dogs. And I also pick all the fat off, but I don't throw that away. I put that inside of, I keep it like in a thing like this. This is all the skin and fat. And when I make the dogs food, I add that to their food to kind of pump it up a little bit. So now we're ready to start adding the vegetables. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to add, let me see if I can move my camera back, is some peas and carrots. And then I add some of the mixed vegetables. The mixed vegetables have carrots, green beans, corn, and peas. So I didn't use as much of the peas and carrots by themselves because I knew that I was going to have some of this in there, along with the green beans and the corn. So we'll put that in there. Not all of it, just some. Then I like to add the California style vegetable mix because it has broccoli, cauliflowers, and carrots in it. Having a lot of carrots. And I usually just pick out what I want. That way I can kind of avoid the carrots. These are a different shaped carrot. Then I also have just the broccoli and cauliflower by themselves that I add in there. And this is green onions that I've chopped up and stored in the freezer in a little soda bottle, which makes it really easy to get them out. You just pour them in what you need. So I just pour some of them in here. Add a little green onions to it. And you can use regular onions too, or you can use onion salt or onion chips. Then I usually put the lid back on it and let that simmer for a while before I add the noodles. So we'll put the lid back on it and we'll let them steam a little bit that way because I'm putting the vegetables in frozen. That way they can soften up a little bit. And then I'll bring you back when they're ready and I will add in the noodles. Okay, I just come back in here and checked it. And as you can see, the noodles, or not the noodles, but the soup. I actually added some more water. And, hold on just a minute. I gotta put this lid somewhere. I added some more water and some of them little chicken cubes in there so that I'd have more. And I don't know if you can see how it looks. Let me try turning this light on, see if that helps it any. There. Now you should be able to see it pretty good. There it is. That's what it looks like so far. And so, I was digging around in my pantry, and I found these potatoes, so I'm going to throw them in. Some extra. I drained the water off and rinsed them, so we're going to dump those in. Now, usually when I make my chicken soup, I use egg noodles, but I have these noodles that I got from my food pantry, so I'm going to use them this time. And I'm just going to throw in however many noodles I think it needs to have. Like I said, I don't have any recipe. Nothing's measured. It's kind of eyeballed and did to taste. I'll probably just use half a box on it. I think that'll be pretty good amount. Alright, that looks pretty good. That's about a half a box of noodles. We'll close these up. Let me stir it a little bit. The noodles all down in the water so that they can start cooking. Once the noodles get tender, the soup will be ready to consume. Smells really, really good. Alright, let me show you again what it looks like with the potatoes in there now. There's potatoes added. And the noodles are down underneath the water cooking. So we will put the lid back on it now. And we will let it simmer until the noodles get done. And then it'll be ready to consume. So I'll bring you back when it gets done and we'll try it. Okay, I'm back in here now and it is done. I've turned the temperature down to warm. Keep it warm. But I'm going to ladle up some now so that you can see what it looks like. It's really meaty and yummy looking. And here it is. Oops, I'm about to spill it. This is what my chicken noodle soup looks like, homemade. It's very pretty, colorful, yummy. And if you need to put extra salt and pepper on it, you can. I season it up to my taste. The last time I made it, I did share half of it with my neighbors. And Jade's down there saying, "Yes, Mama, that's some good soup." So that's it. That's how my soup looks. Thank you guys for coming to visit with us on this video. And y'all come back and see us any old time. Bye for this one.